like, where do you plug these techniques in when someone's going through this type of process? I mean, obviously, maybe denial, it may be a little bit hard, but how do you plug this into your treatment?
Yeah, most people who are in denial don't become clients.
Right.
People who are angry, they might well become clients. I probably pick clients up in the bargaining stage where they've done a great deal. They're not in
Mhm.
denial anymore. They're not in anger. This is actually the 5 stages of death and dying by Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, who was a brilliant Swiss American psychotherapist in the 70s and 80s. So when we get to a sort of more of a place of the bargaining is this, like, when I've talked about the riverbank, the bargaining is like, okay, I'm not going upstream anymore, but I'm equally not going downstream. And I'm going to let go a little bit, and then I might go upstream a bit, but then I'm going to cling onto the riverbank. So really, it's what is that? What was it? Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Well, why would be depression part of that? Well, depression is because we have to fully let go. And we're going to get depressed because we don't want to fully let go, but we have to
Mhm.
fully go through that process and let go and let flow and go downstream, because bargaining doesn't work. Bargaining will
That makes
not
sense.
work. The mind will try and do it, but it won't work. We have to fully let go.
Makes sense. So I come into you, right? We're talking about the flying trauma or the
Right.
trauma in the car, right?
Yeah.
You have all these different techniques. We
Yeah.
have NLP, which is kind of, there's some element of hypnosis in there.
Correct.
We have hypnosis in general. You have tapping techniques, EFT, different variations on that. You have EMDR, doing the eye movement, which a lot of that can be combined with EFT. There's havening, there's other types of techniques. How do you blend these techniques? And can you kind of just give a brief overview of each technique and kind of why you've incorporated it into your kind of healing plan with patients?
Okay. The reason why is because they all work. And
Mhm.
I also work very intuitively. So I will sense sometimes that one technique is not necessarily going to work very well for some people. Some people really don't like tapping. They really don't like doing it, and they will prefer doing other techniques. So the tapping technique we've already talked about, again, it releases stress. You're tapping on acupuncture points, which is acupressure points. And whilst doing that over a period of time, a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, if you're doing it in a 90-minute session with me, my God, you're going to really shift a lot of stuff. The eye movements, that is partly in the EFT technique, but that is a separate technique in itself.